we went from a page and a half-ish to just over 2 pages of accounts.
How do we gain?
On shut-offs. The reason being, this was, the last termination was done where if you owed for 2 quarters, you went on to the termination, like our previous practice. This is, if you haven't paid it by the due date, you're now past due, you now go into a shut-off status according to the new water law.
Yeah.
So we're at 125, 130 accounts that are in that status that I need to send out termination notices for. I was going to mail them Friday in hopes that we would have a run on water payments this week. But I was going to mail them with, and have them due by the end of the month. And I've got the same payment schedule set up. We're half down by the end of this month and then a quarter and a quarter.
Is this normal?
No, usually in that second month of the quarter, we get a good chunk of the outstanding water payments. So I might send out 60 to 80 termination notices, where now I'm sending out 130 because they're going into termination immediately. So, postage will increase. Postage will definitely increase.
But that's included in the bill itself.
The new water law says that gets included. Again, that's something I've got to figure out because we've never done that before. So I've got to figure out how to add those charges on to those accounts. It's all entered manually. I mean, it's all entered one account at a time.
Do you have a
There's a better way to do that.
you must have a program for this, at least.
I do have a billing process. I do have a billing program.
Yeah.
But this is a penalty amount that changes per account.
Do you want me to make, I think I vaguely remember that I was, and I probably missed this, didn't I say I was gonna create a spreadsheet for you where you could automatically plug in the information and it would calculate?
Yeah, just a fee
I mean,
on.
That's possible to build a spreadsheet, but it's not going to work into my flexible program.
It's not going to put it into the
It's
bill.
not going to input it into the program.
Yeah, she's right.
So I have to do those. I have to do the
What about
$5 a day charges. I have to do the postage charges. I have to do the posting on someone's house charges. I have to do all those separately. And that was something when I did that calendar of how is the new water law going to affect the DPW and the clerk. This was one of the things that I said. A lot more time and
This billing,
more expense.
Not to interrupt you, but this billing program that you've been utilizing, how old is this?
I don't know when we initially got the program.
Have we updated it at all?
Yep, we get updates. They notify us of updates and we update it. The last update was 2000. I don't think it was this year. I think it was last year. 2014 was the last update, I think.
And it doesn't count, like you can't put in for fees and all this
I
kind
can put in for fees. But it's
program.
not done in a batch. It's not done in a batch way. It's done by account. At least as far as I've.
God, that's annoying. Is there some? I mean, I could build a spreadsheet, which would which essentially would be a mass spreadsheet. I'd have to do it here. There's no way I could send it over mail because it'd be too big. But I could create a spreadsheet that would be able to calculate all of that, and you just put in.
Yeah, I mean, once I put in the penalty.
You want to do it in a database only because then the database can generate the bills.
Right. Doesn't Williamson and whatever, what is that?
Williams Law Book Company.
Don't they have something that would be able to do that?
They have a utility billing program. It would be similar to what I'm using.
There are multiple competitors in that market.
Yeah.
Well,
You want to talk to Paul?
Something we should revisit.
I
try to
believe
help you out
she
with that.
uses Williams.
there really isn't. I mean, it
okay.
just helps if people pay the bills on time. It's simpler. Unfortunately, it's not a system that automatically,
Yeah,
all these billing companies that
We talk about it
state
periodically.
automatically
There's several that use Williams.
Because all it is that it's just
Only
embedded.
one or two other people that use flexibility.
Have you discussed with them
language
in general
says
whether or
if
not
it's
there's a
past this, you
batch,
put
like
this,
you pick the
Not
accounts, tick a box,
specifically
and
on
No,
that.
yeah, certain columns, and then all she would have to do is if somebody
But
pays, you
figuring out
know,
how to
mark
Which
the
is
page,
why I
spend 5
otherwise
hours
it
figuring
would
it out.
Just
It's still
continue to
safe.
accrue.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
we talked about the new law, I was like, yes, we don't want to do that.
Well, in regards to that,
So,
do we know how to fully utilize our system that we have?
I was trained under Jody, and then when Jody left and I needed to do the water billing myself, we did invest in some training for me. The training, I learned a couple of new things, but not a
How much was the
lot
training?
of new things. It was upwards of $800, but I only used about half of the time.
Did it seem worth it?
No.
No.
Maybe some sad. You know what? How about we do this? Since Bo and I are always working on systems for work, we work on many different types of systems, whether it be DOS, Windows-based, catch-based. There's tons that we've worked with. Maybe we might be able to figure out and maybe utilize it so it's more friendly and we can actually have it do what we want it to.
I have been told that FlexBill is not user-friendly or intuitive by the support
Great.
team.
Why don't we have it? Why did we buy that? I mean, because how much is?
Why did we buy it? We inherited it.
Yeah.
She
So-
just said she was trained in it when she took over. This
Right.
is an inherited
Right.
system.
So, could you look at maybe seeing what some of the competitors would charge and what they have to offer? If they have something that'd be more, see if that would be more.
I can talk to Jake and see what he's got with the meters.
How about this? I have a suggestion. Seeing as how you already know this and you've worked on this for what, 5 years at least?
I've worked with FlexBill since 2004.
Okay. So
It's a year or two.
longer. How about we just try to enhance what you have and then slowly we'll maybe look into something else that's a little bit more
Yeah.
flexible.
There's a significant possibility that with the new meters, just for instance, we'll say we input the master meter, okay, you get the reader, it downloads right to a program. It could be flexible, I believe, or it could be a whole separate whatever, but there could potentially be some change there, and I'm guessing it would be in your favor, not.
We'll try to work with what you got, try to help you along.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of figuring out how to enter all the new penalties.
Okay.
So I am trying as fast as I can to input these new procedures. January
Do you
is,
want to work on some,
never
maybe
fun.
some Saturdays we can, or do you always work on those on Saturdays?
Yeah, I guess Sunday I was my only day off, but I could pop down on Saturday, see what I can do.
Because if we could just look at it together on a Saturday, so I'm sure we could camper it out pretty quickly. And come up with something for Rose.
I'm here the first Saturday of the month, but if there's a day that works for you guys, let me know and I will plan
Oh,
to
so
be
you're
here
here this Saturday then?
so that, no,
Were you here last Saturday?
Last Saturday.
we
Sorry
were
to
here
hear
the
that.
second.
Oh, you were? Oh, bless your heart.
Well, it wasn't a holiday.
Okay.
What's that?
All right, do you have anything else?
So I've got the new shut off list ready. I've made copies, they're in your mailboxes. And the only thing I don't like about the payment schedule that we've got going with the shut off notices is that last payment is due the same time that the March bill will be due. And there's no way other than to break it into 2 payments, there's no way to really shorten. So my concern is, okay, we're getting that second payment in March, so they're focused on that, but now we've got a March bill that they're gonna work on
I mean,
after it's due.
Yeah, but I mean, also look at it from this standpoint, though, we also make more money off of that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, people.
If they let it go till after the due date, then it's.
You know, I mean-
Same with any bill. and
Same with any
it's
bill,
gotta
if
catch
you're on a
up to
payment
it if you're
agreement.
not paying it.
Yeah, I mean, typically if you're on a payment agreement, you've lost that service. You're just on a payment agreement to keep it up, or in regards to however it works,
Yeah.
depends on different whatever, but, you know.
So if that was today, the new list is out, and I'm hoping that there are more hours in Friday, and I can get all the water notices out. So that's pretty much what I got.
We can slow the plant down for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Would
That'll
you
add a couple
you'd work
extra.
on that
I'll call you.
Thursday to Friday?
What do you do?
I
They're
think
just
it's
slowly
Friday.
running it down so that she has,
Yeah, could you?
I need more hours.
Hey, it's
So
leap year.
We'll all fly off
It
the
is
planet,
big,
die,
yeah.
but whatever.
All right, does anybody have anything for Rose? Yeah, okay.
Nice work, Rose.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, moving on to correspondence. Time Warner expiring agreements, always the same old thing. Environmental Facilities Corp., the DWSRF grant award and intent to proceed. So,
Let's leave this for last, let's take care of everything else, and then we'll
Okay.
do that last.
alright, New York State Department of Environment, for the site cleanup requirements, that's for the Olean location, right?
Olean and an Ellicott building.
That's right, now they got Ellicottville. Simmons Recovery Consulting, they sent us a nice, email, oh, I should have asked John about that, I knew I'd forget something. Email or letter in regards to thanking us for utilizing them, and also just reminding us what left we have to do. If you can get with John, Rose, and see what all left we need to do with that FEMA money, where we have, from the list that Simmons sent us, if you could update the board on where we stand on that for the next meeting, please. Meaning the February meeting. And actually, if you could, list that on old business, FEMA money, so that we are on top of knowing that that's submitted, everything's documented and taken care of, so we don't lose any of that money, because that seems to be an issue with some municipalities that have lost quite a bit and have had to pay that money back. And obviously, that money has been huge and is very helpful for the DPW budget. Yeah. So,
Okay.
so if you can leave that on old business, so that I can make sure that we're always on top of that with John. Already talked about certification of payrolls. Yes, that's a great thing. We'll skip over A because that goes with B. Old elementary school. This is something that we'd like to talk about for the work session, is to see about coming up with something as far as grant money or allocating money for a grant writer to see if we can't get something down to the old elementary building and start the process on that. Because that's going to take quite a few years at least, and that would be a huge help for our area if we were able to turn that into what our aspirations are, such as a medical facility of some sort. Still nothing in the public committees, right?
Mm-mm.
You want to just cross that off, eliminate that. We're going on almost a whole year. Well, we've gone 9 months now. No interest, unfortunately. Yeah, I haven't heard anything from anybody.
Same with E.
Same with E. Same with E.
You have to find somebody for that.
I know.
That's a
You
big
do
deal.
need to find someone, and then, for the organizational meeting in April, you'll need to check with Pat Cullen, whose term is up on the joint planning board. He was filling a vacancy, see if he would like to serve another term. And that appointment will be done at the organizational meeting in April, because he's a village rep on joint planning.
About the ZBA board,
Alright.
hunt somebody down. There can be really weird consequences of not having a filled out ZBA.
Okay.
So just find somebody to just sit there and be a shirt at the meetings.
Guess who? Brett. Get him involved one way or another.
I mean, somebody who cares, of course, but optionally, somebody who cares.
Ain't Brett.
What's that?
That ain't Brett.
Lacey wouldn't be too happy now. If I haven't heard anything back, I gotta give them a call. And I don't know do you have his number by chance?
Probably. I will email you what I've got.
Okay, thank you. And I need to get that done, because this has been going on too long with that. Where are we at with G? With the,
The town has since sent a letter to, the county requesting half interest.
okay,
They wanna maintain their interest because of the ongoing projects with Jefferson Street,
yep,
culvert. They wanna make sure they have the required access to do the work that needs to be done. So they are going ahead with the, half interest. If the village wants the other half, then we can draft a letter to the county from the village indicating that.
okay.
Is that a do it, or is that
Yes,
a, okay.
yes, that's a do it.
Do you want the,
If you're accepting property, you probably should vote to
yeah,
accept
you
the property.
probably will want a motion authorizing a letter.
Saying that
pursuing
you'll accept
that
the
half
interest in the
interest.
property.
Well, isn't it the same as it is? right?
Isn't what the sum is?
Right now, you've got a 1/5 interest,
Oh,
I
now we're
believe
gonna
it
have
is.
half.
And now
50-50?
you'd be getting the half interest with the town.
Man, isn't it, what, isn't this, nothing's changed but it has, it's a different percentage.
Right, though there are
Yeah, so
real
lots.
ramifications to that in the future.
So we're gonna need to vote.
Yeah, Cat
Yeah.
County has 3/5, and the town and village each have 1/5.
So is the town and the village then are gonna get both?
We'll
There's-
both
there's
have
split.
half, yep.
Okay.
So when work comes back, you can,
Well, if you were all inclined to vote yes, you could do it now, but out of courtesy, maybe you want to wait for it.
And, employee handbook, we'll put that off.
Yeah.
Just so you know, before we close out, we need to go to executive
For what?
personnel.
In regards to what for personnel?
yeah, there's no personnel.
So.
You can't
I
use
don't-
personnel as a reason.
Okay, what do
It
you,
would be the employment or
Yeah,
the
okay.
something history of a particular person.
employment status.
Is that sufficient?
I don't know how you want me to word it.
Is that one of the listed exceptions for open meeting law? You have to word your request for executive session in one of the special exceptions to the open meeting law. Let me get out my copy. There are only a limited number of reasons you can go to an executive session. When you say a personnel matter, it's, because, their health care is gonna be discussed or something, so it has to be kept private under federal law.
All right, well, while you're looking at that, where's the back?
Alright, so we're talking about the resolve G, that partial,
Right. Very much that.
Alright, so that, we're gonna need someone to make a motion that we send a letter as well to the county to advise them that we are interested to have a half as well, just like the town.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
So
Jason and Bo.
Bo, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, it's unanimous, carried and approved.
All right, executive session, things that you can go for. If you're gonna be divulging personal private information of either an individual or a corporation, matters that lead to either the appointment, employment, promotion, demotion, discipline, suspension, or dismissal or removal of a person, I think that's probably what you're getting at, with what you said. Matters that if disclosed impair public safety and, what's that?
Kinda, yeah.
Does this relate to discipline of an employee or removal of an employee or
Sorta, kinda, I don't know, yeah,
promotion or promotion of an employee?
yeah. It's in that realm.
So then you need.
Nobody tell Bob Freeman.
What's that?
Nobody tell Bob Freeman.
Well, I mean, you have to make, in order to go into executive session, it has to be clearly one of those, so if it's,
Okay, so we need to go into executive session for a employee, employment status, I don't know what, it's not,
A matter leading to the
Is
appointment.
this something that's already resolved?
Matter
No.
leading to the employment of a person?
yeah, sure.
Or dismissal of a person, or promotion of a person, one of those?
Yes, yeah, it
Promotion.
could possibly be, yeah.
You wanna call it, which one of those?
which one?
Could be possibly a promotion, yeah.
Promotion. Oh,
Alright, do I have a second to go into
just a
executive?
second here. Who do you want president for the executive session?
You and Rose.
Okay.
Now we need to give it
Me
a
and
title or
Yeah.
something.
Okay, so we have Jason Crawford made the motion.
And who will second it?
I'll second it.
All in favor say aye.
We're doing that at 10:22.
All opposed say nay.
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 Wait, what? Hold on, now I'm confused.
There were 2 for and 2 against, is that correct?
Are you kidding me?
Okay, so.
Do you want me, I'll do it on camera, or out loud, I don't care. It's not as bad as what you wanna make it up,
It's
so.
not that important.
It could be.
Eyes were Dan and Bill?
I can find it.
No, wait. Eyes would be,
I think the people who
eyes
report-
were Jason and Wirt? Were the eyes, and Dan and Bo would be the nays. Okay,
So it's defeated then.
If it were a motion, it would be defeated. For going into an executive session, you need a majority of the board, and you don't have a majority, but you also don't lack one, so I believe it's defeated, but I'm not 100% if the executive session portion follows that same.
What harm is it gonna possibly do to go into executive
What do we
session?
have to talk about for executive session? We gotta,
Okay, just let them have it, but.
alright, so
Try to
then,
make it quick.
then we gotta go over the vote.
okay, so,
So make a motion and
I'll make a motion to go into executive session.
for,
Jason,
For possible promotion
promotion.
of an employee.
Okay,
do I have a second?
I second it.
is Wirt.
All in favor, say aye.
Jesus.
I,
It's unanimous, carried, approved.
Okay,
And this is for Rose and JW.
10:24 now, just so you know.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
If you guys can please close the door behind you.
uh,
Don't need to say like that. Get the fuck.
yeah.
Go home now.
I don't blame
Tomorrow morning's drive's over.
yeah, I gotta get up at like 5:30.
Well, I'm lucky, I
I
know.
get to drive an hour to work.
I have 45 minutes. It's not like it's.
I'm moving in.
Oh.
Oh, you're just